All praise to the Most High Creator and Sustainer of life. Thank you all for your presence here today and always, and thank you for all of the wonderful things that you do and say daily. If you think that Church Talk Unlimited is helpful, then please tell someone about it. If you think that it does not have value, please tell me about it. You can make a comment in the comment section after I have completed a video. You may include a comment while I am live streaming a video, or you may email a comment or a question to me at the original church talk at gmail.com. So I would like to hear from you if you have something that you want to say. Hello, it is Saturday, a hot Saturday, July 12th, 2025, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Welcome to Church Talk Unlimited with James Paul Berry. On this channel, I talk about the poor, and I talk about particularly the poor in the church. I talk about the church, and I talk about the preachers of the churches. Now, I don't talk about preachers for the purpose of trying to put them down, because I too am a preacher. So if I put those preachers down, I would have to put myself down. So I'm definitely not talking about them for the purpose of putting them down, but talking about them because they hold a key position in the church, even though we are all members of the same body and we should have the same care one for another. But the preachers hold a very unique position because they're always talking to the church about something, and most say, "What thus saith the Lord." Again, welcome and thank you for being here. Today, we're going to talk about the subject rumors. Rumors. Usually, the rumors that I have heard throughout my life have been negative, but they can be either or. According to the Oxford Dictionary, a rumor is a currently circulating story or report of doubtful truth. Now, this is what the dictionary says. I want to look at the New Testament of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 18 through 20. This is in the New Testament, and I'm reading from the King James Version. 1 Corinthians 11, verses 18 through 20. For first of all, when you come together in the church, I hear that there be divisions among you, and I partly believe it. We're going to go back in a moment and elaborate. I hear that there be divisions among you, verse 18. and I partly believe it. Verse 19 says, for there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. Now, the Oxford Dictionary said that heresy is a belief or an opinion contrary to orthodox religious doctrine, especially Christian doctrine. So this definition says that heresy, when things go wrong, we have left the belief or opinion of orthodox religious doctrine, and we have accepted something other than what would be considered orthodoxy. We're talking about rumors. 1 Corinthians 11, 18, 1 Corinthians 11, 18 through 20. Paul said, first of all, now this is a man, if you remember the history of Paul. Hello, brother, good to see you. If you remember the history of Paul, this was a man who at one time arrested people who said they believed in Jesus Christ and brought them back to Jerusalem. Now, this same man is talking about some rumors. And he said, first of all, when you come together in the church, when you come together in the assembly, and you know we hear things sometimes. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're evil. But Paul says when you come together, first of all, in your assembly, I hear that there be divisions among you. Now that is nothing surprising, and which I think verse 19 will help to clarify what I'm saying. Paul said, when you come together as the church, I hear that there are divisions among you, and I partly believe it. There were a number of divisions. If you read 1st and 2nd Corinthians of the New Testament, there were several things that were causing divisions among them. Sexual things, lawsuits. And one of those divisions that came early in 1 Corinthians was about claiming certain preachers. Some of the members said, my preacher is Cephas or Paul, mine is Apollos. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having a special preacher, but Paul was concerned because he wanted the church to know that neither one of these preachers died for your sins. And he went on to say, one man plants, another man waters what is planted, but it is God that gives the increase. Rumors. In verse 19 of 1 Corinthians 1, 11 through 19. 1 Corinthians 11, 18 through 20, Paul said concerning those divisions, those heresies, as much trouble as it causes, as much stress as it causes on the church when we are divided, Paul said in verse 19, for there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. There must be heresies, there must be a falling away from the orthodox religious doctrine, so that those who are still with the orthodox doctrine, Christian doctrine, based on the dictionary, that those who are still holding to the faith of the New Testament, Paul said, they will be made manifest among you. In other words, when things go wrong, those who are teaching properly, those who are approved by God, may be made manifest among you. So when there are those who go off script, Paul says this has to happen so that the church will see those who have been approved. 1 Timothy 2:15 says, study to show yourself approved unto God, a workman that need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Jesus said in Matthew 24, verses 6 through 13, you will hear of wars. He's talking to his disciples. And he was talking to them about the end of the world, the end of the age, when the sun would refuse to shine, when stars would fall from the sky, when the earth would catch on fire. Paul talked about the divisions and the rumors that he had heard in the church. And Jesus is talking about the rumors of wars. I know Americans are going through a period of, I would say, excessive rumors. And some of us have gotten all confused about some things, but one thing I want to mention shortly, briefly in particular, is trying to find legal rights for illegal immigrants. I have never seen anything like this in my life. I've seen poor Black people and poor white people and poor Hispanics and poor Jews and poor Asians who were Americans, veterans, others who needed services, but they couldn't get it because something was missing in their portfolio. Something was missing in their paperwork. But yet, we have people who are waving flags of Mexico and Palestine and burning American flags. I think these are people who have gone too far, because some of the very people who are on the streets right now, who are homeless, some of the very veterans who have gone to war, who have lost limbs, who have lost stable minds, they are out on the streets. While many of the illegal immigrants who came into America were living in five-star hotels. All of this is provable. So I just wanted to stick that in there. To those of you who are all ready to fight, we're talking about what ICE is doing. Many of the politicians who are in Congress on the federal level and in Congress on the state levels, I had never heard of these people. But now everybody wants to make a video or do a press conference about how the illegal immigrants are being mistreated. And of course, when people are being rounded up in the group, You might get somebody who is not supposed to be in that group, but many of you are fighting for the people who've come across that border illegally. And many of you are acting as if all of those people look the same. They do not. They are not only people who are from Central and South America. Some of those people are from Asia. Some of those people are from Nigeria and other countries. But we did not see this kind of activity for those men and women who came back from Vietnam and came back from Desert Storm and came back from Afghanistan. I think we have gone too far. Rumors. Again, Matthew 24, 6-13. Jesus said, you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. I want to encourage you not to get too upset about whatever is going on. I heard a preacher the other day, I should have gotten his name, but I didn't see a name on the clip. But he says, God knows about everything that is going on. And if God has been in control yesterday and the day before, God is in control today. And if there is a tomorrow, God will be in control tomorrow. Whether we have a war or not, this is nothing new. Church people in particular, we have to continuously strive to let our light so shine, according to the Bible, that the people who don't know what we know, people who don't rock with us according to our orthodoxy, will see the work of God in us and give God glory. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alone. Don't act like this is something new. Jesus said, according to the Bible, such things must happen. Certain things must happen. Even though they don't feel good, they don't look good, they don't sound good, they don't smell good, they don't even bring about good, but because of those things that are wrong, the things that are right, the things that are approved by God will be made manifest, especially among the people of God. Such things must happen, verse 6, Matthew 24. But the end is still to come. The end is not yet. Nation will rise against nation. We already see that. And kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places, troubles. I'm sad to hear about the trouble that many states are suffering because of severe weather. Most currently, the flash floods in the state of Texas. Still not time for the end. Famines and earthquakes in various places. All of these are the beginning of birth pains. Verse 9, he said, then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death. Now, we know he was talking about his disciples and his apostles. And of course, based on the book of Acts, this happened. And based on my understanding, this may happen to you and me if we continue to believe. Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death. That was a time when people were being killed because they said they believed in Jesus. And you will be hated by all nations because of me. At that time, many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other. Paul told Timothy, I charge you, therefore, before God, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom, preach the word. Be instant, be ready in season and out of season to preach the word, because the time will come when the church will not endure, the church will not accept, the church will not persevere in sound doctrine. But he says, after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away from the truth and shall be turned unto fables, unto fairy tales. You will be hated by all nations because of me. At that time, many would turn away from the faith and would betray and hate each other. And Jesus taught, love you one another, even as I have loved you. And many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. And we've seen that time and time again. Some great man of God or great woman of God rises up, become famous, become rich. And we found out later on that they didn't have the power of God. They just had words. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most, the love of many will grow cold. But the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. Until next time, I wish you all that you need. God bless you.